당가 좀 딩에라 돌레스미 치저 시네마 사제나 시도네 마시오레 데나 데노네 사제저와 아니 치저 bomba setting hotel 레데요레스
So in the preceding teachings, so we talked about this the training in the four dharmas as taught in sutras. So we finished the first three, and now the fourth dharma, so which is the abandoning the harsh speech.
다 대자와 제나니 즈미치기 이제세 아니 추인지시 야외세 지시에츠 년지비 대시 연지 예다가 모위 아니 치즈 봉화 자세로레 이시 어떤지도
So in the root text, the verse 34, which concerns with this the fourth dharma, which says, harsh words disturb the minds of others and cause deteriorations in a bodhisattva's conduct. Therefore, give up harsh words which are unpleasant to others. This is the practice of bodhisattvas.
다 된다 가르라고 하잖아. 뒤전도 가서 수수시 깨제시 뒤살아. 아니 나라 요 따제제 그거 그래서 아니 되게 첨보래. 그래서나 계시 멜라니 치즈 라소바 시에네니 파쇼 뭐데 컨트롤해야 거더니 그 제소소나 아니 파쇼 그 생각 시대때 주저 인자 아니 들라니 소소라니 반죽을 그래서 했더니 좀 그래서
So in this verse, so the key message is that we must always be thoughtful of our speech. You know what we should always examine the before we open our mouth. You know what we are going to say, what we are going to say to others, and because if as a result of what we say, as a result of our speech, if it causes the other people to to feel anger, to get angry, and then we are causing them to lose all their the inner peace and happiness, and so therefore the speech will have a very negative consequences for ourselves.
디마세 당우지 맞지니 드니가 진짜 많이 예티 아니 슈세치시와 다 이점바에 파시 트레라서 발은 내대긴 고저지나 계시텔라 진짜 마셔서나 아니 디그 슈세치시와라서 바니 녀하그 지체로와 제장안에 텔레조네 녀바치는 거 요래생도스.
And the other person to whom our speech is directed, if the person is a bodhisattva or someone who is who's engaged in the bodhisattva's deeds of benefiting others, and then the interfering or causing the harm to such persons through our speech, then even we'll have a greater the negative consequences for ourselves.
다 진짜 된디 인자니 다 디제도 로로기 다 계시디 살랑을 다 제소거든. 진짜라서 빨리 마와데 대치마 거에다 되니 보야 되니 소ተ나 아니 달랑래 소더니 보여래서 지지티 된도 쓴거래서
So, so it's so in terms of the practice, so what it's saying that it is we understand that we should try to always try to examine our speech and then to try to put a effort to prevent any speech or any words which can cause harm towards other people's was.
어때자 아니 다 자가 빈디 빠데치 트로베가 아니 논데노라 가르수요는세나 잔 젠데 젠로셔스네 잔 젠데 젠로셔스 대티 가르신 거르세나 맞죠 치스보 모이나다 진조모 모이나다 간에 자테 니 클로 제스로 그래서 클로 아니 디조제나 디조다 아니 클로 야보제나 치야보 아니 드니존에 클로 젠로제스네 드니존 거여서
in the Chandakirti's text, the commentary is commentary to valid cognitions. So where which there's a one line which says that the speech that we produce is follow after the motivations or of making the speech. So so therefore this is to say that whether or not our speech will be something very gentle or something rough. So it's depending on the motivation or the mental attitudes behind that.
제장아 드니 젠로 인자 아니 다 드니가 치츠보테 아니 녀모바 컨트롤할 수 비가 아니 드니 지원기가 많이 거여래서 아니 원나 시동 치츠보 생기때 아니 약간로라 요제던도 이거네 자 이제 파타나니 친정모나더니 매나요 대라니 니 치츠보래스네 아니 유네트니 송도 있어
So really, it's if our speech is normally usually if it's motivated, by hatred or and any other form of mental defilements, then the what we say to others then will become very harsh, will become very not like a rough. So the speech becomes rough. So therefore, when we talk about whether our speech is very coarse or very gentle, is not necessarily depend on the actual words that we choose, but the words that we choose can be can be very gentle and very soft, but however the mental the intentions behind that, the tone of the mental tone of the mental attitudes, so that is a very important determining factor to whether the speech will be gentle or not.
다 치즈보다 드니가 다 컨트롤할 비 녀모인 그 중에 인자 다 대거와라 간스 거 그랬잖아. 마치 에 동보저 아니 컨트롤할 비 녀모데 거 그래서 와 쇼치네 아니 컨트롤할 비 녀모데 거는 거전은 되면은 너무 좋아 되는 거지가 아니 치즈보다 중요해요 말해서.
So really, so to in order to prevent harsh speech, then we must work on on preventing or overcoming the negative state, negative mental attitude, or like which which motivate that speech, and because that is the cause, the cause of that our speech being harsh is the negative motivation, negative intentions. So therefore, it is if we overcome that, then we can overcome the negative mental attitude, which is a cause. Then we can overcome the harsh speech, which is a result. So this is because of the if the cause is prevented, then the result will not occur.
ngātsu sono ya puchi tāngwa ina, kesi ngātsu tsitsa jimawa ina, maa cheshu teta rongi ngo shipa, rongi matsong, rongi chupo, rongi nye nyenza, tandi na wajila chunju maa dego yo resirwa. Ten tsu sono ya pu tāngwa ina, ngātsi gan susu gan tsuwe nungla tani ta met mrumi gata, tenga saka kuzo atu sore de yo res. Ani te inza ta tsitsa mawa te dhala pa chira tezo tako mara soso ka nye la maya iga eza an tani ka sono ngoni pa sono tone tsitsa mawa te la te tsichi maa chi chu chawa ta tako ko res.
And the reason why we must try to overcome, trying to prevent or to try to minimize such a speaking harshly to others. So the first of all, usually the harsh is these harsh is not the enemies that we usually direct this our harsh speech. So rather, most time our harsh speech goes to the people who are who are close to one, who who you are already, who are your acquaintance, or like your friend, your relatives, and the people who you have have some relationship in your everyday life. So therefore, again, when we think of this, this can also give us some sort of motivations for us to overcome or minimize harsh speech.
Ani chire, sunzire, tani ngone, ta chi pendo na she somba na ina ye na yo, ni tsitsabo ma dewa ina, ani tani pendo we te susunron ko yung kumarwa. Teni za ani susu tomone ni tsinyo moji ma, ani ko tsida, ani yine ani ta chi to suzi la suku pendo she ba te, ani shonju simbi ka she wa zo to resirwa. Jele kare su yo resena, shonju semba tochi chi tenshawe tumala roa na ani tsi nyemba mawa imbi shiro wase shonji semba no chi tuma ani daji te she di tsala ani daja te tsi nyemba wo she ne tsi da tani jine ani da chi lange kana sosi ge pe to kana tani zo ye sare sarwa.
By the speech, so we are talking about the way we communicate with with others, and so therefore if we think about that, the importance of that, so we find it's very important, because if the way we communicate with others, if it's always very very harsh and very abusive and so on, then they will no other person will then really come close to one, would place trust in you, and so therefore it kind of the harsh if we speak harshly, then we are really closing our relationship with others, and so that means that even in future, even if we want to help that person, it will become difficult. for us to even to help, extend help to that the other people. So there's regarding these. So there's if I quote this line from one of the tantra, the which says that the one of the first things that which technique that which the bodhisattvas, bodhisattva employ to benefit all sentient being is the technique is speaking to them, speaking to pleasantly, speaking to others, and so as it says here, so after speaking pleasantly, and then the kind of these bring other people closer to to us, and so closer to the bodhisattvas, and so therefore it kind of win the heart and win the trust of them, and so in this way it allowed the then bodhisattvas to benefit them in other way, in other methods. So therefore, we can also we should also understand that how important is the way we talk to other, communicate with other in terms of what sort of building a good relationship with others.
On that in general, don't you chijite, dan do digi sunsun zaresro, that you will ne such a was on Nemo Ponsel La Pass. Nemo Ponsel La Pass in Terra Nuestra.
So let's now move to the next verse, and so because we finished that the training in the four dharma as taught in sutras. So now the next verse is really concerns with the with how to how to counteract the mental afflictions.
Ane tsawachena ane nyemo kona nyembo dokabi nyembi dokabi chenshe shewi nyembi go tsanzune chosu nyemo dombo shema to ane mbanjo sheba jase lole yis tenere deshas.
So to quote the text on which is verse 35, habitual disturbing emotions are hard to stop through counteractions. So armed with antidotes, the guards of mindfulness and mental alertness destroy disturbing emotions like attachment at once as soon as they arise. This is the practice of bodhisattvas.
Tendo karisena zo ndecho do shedo do ta kundola supi nyemu bala supate koran suzu jil ji shesuna ni kora tagas chi nyembo chine matewa ni kora kar chi shena she chi yo mare sene ani tani sungo yo res.
So in here, so we learned that we should not, if any mental affliction arises in in us, like strong desire or attachment or a hatred and pride and so forth, they arise. So we should not, let them just arise, but we should, apply the antidote to overcoming them.
Tomone ni ta longtol majepi temba ni gosa chine kasa ni tapi gosa kara shejin di sana ngoji sowa na zo shara na gojero tani pi nyemu shegun di munditane tomone pa te chichene ni tombo nyemu tombo shewa to lonso pi nyembo gone ni ngone ta takite ni kechimuri singudus.
So in this verse, we also find the tools that the meditation tools that we can apply to counteract mental afflictions. So the main tool, really the two main tools are, as it says here, is mindfulness. So which is the remembrance of what to what to practice, what to accept and what to reject, or what is wholesome, what is unwholesome. And so it's saying, so mindfulness is very it's very important to apply it in at all the times, and then at the same, then other one is, as he says here, alertness. So which so with the mindfulness, so we always remain very vigilant and very conscious of the what is right to do, what is not right to do, and then on top of that, in addition to that, then we also applied alertness, so which is like a vigilant, which is like or introspections, which kind of examining the our thoughts or the actions, whether they are right or wrong, and so on.
Pena mamala so we mo jadi sala tagarawas mazati paju ati mo to shi chumi ne kasala te chi mo jawa na paju thano korwa paju to chimo le chadi sala ni ju mo jana to kawo chi korwa te no jiri ani nyemu bala so pe kurashu chimbo le chana ni nyembi ju ani do kawa tani chogo yores.
So as it is mentioned here, advice here. So the best is the most effective in counteracting the mental affliction is when the afflictions first arise, and at that when they first arise, if we apply the antidote of like this mindfulness and alertness, then it can be very effective, because otherwise so in a sense this is like the engaging in this the practice of counteracting the mental affliction is similar to engage in a battleships, so where it's too important to you can't just wait for your enemy to mobilize and then to become stronger. Rather, you have to attack first. When they are not strong enough or when they are weak. So if you attack, then you will win. But however, if they fail to attack on the right time, and then when they become very strong, then their force becomes strong, then it will become harder for one to then counteract. So likewise, if we, whenever any such mental affliction arises, and if we don't do anything to that, then they keep becoming stronger, their force becomes stronger, and then it makes it harder to counteract them.
Mola supi jadi salane so senchatis tong chi shosona lonso ya duro so su shosata sone ni lonso ya duro te na ji ga ani nyemu ba chi shesona lonso ma ni ti so so le ta sera tenjela ni ne wa shigir sone lonso mi ni nyembo te de ke chimbo de sungores.
So just as in the battleships, the warriors, they would, if in a while, if they lose their weapon, if they drop their weapon, of course, then they will, immediately pick it up to Otherwise they knowing that they're in danger of their life. So in same way, then important to understand that if we when any mental affliction arise, then it is like that. Like that. So we have to remember to immediately to think of attacking the mental afflictions.
치조 세레데 아니 녀무 바텔 아니 치세와데 지지도에 계절와 녀무 베거텔 네 지네 아니 레카나고 가르치소나니 진노요레 데 녀무 마죠데 마치와치 녀무 바텔 온저저네 니 데 가르치시셔야 되나요 아니 진노고 말해세 드리송도스
So the Dom Demba, the teacher Demba, who the Kadamba masters, the Dom Demba, who said that whatever we do, if it becomes as an remedy to mental afflictions, then it becomes a dharma practice. But otherwise, it is not dharma practice. So therefore, from these, so we should also understand that when understand our whatever practice that we do, spiritual practice that we engage in. So we have to understand that if that practice is not really the counteracting any mental afflictions, then as this great Kadamba master said, then we have to understand that we are not really practicing dharmas. So therefore, whatever practice we do, spiritual practice that we engage in, so we must ensure that it is counteracting mental afflictions.
다 디고 시대 가르치나 소소 제대시나 가르쳐와이나 소소 치시디살 네 제시대 빈고네 네 라고레시야 드리레디샤스
So now the next verse, which also the emphasis on the whatever practice that we engage in, like the practice of benefiting, serving the other beings. So ensure that we always are relying on mindfulness and alertness.
치코라 자월 가르쳐 주는들나 너나 공도 실론 지셰죠 롱기 센지 내가 찐라시 전도 네 전도 셰지 된바이 예대도 바자셀로레 이스네 어자오데레스
36 the verse read, in brief, whatever you are doing, ask yourself, what's the state of my mind? With constant mindfulness and mental alertness, accomplish others' good. This is the practice of bodhisattvas.
다 디텐도 가르세노 다 공도 나조티 지제 몸보지는 자세질론래 럼바지도 마 몸보지 시에자이래 대 제자 간지 처만도 뒤셔와이나 아니 소수가 단 론도 시엔로 가리 시나요 롱 세진내가서 개월에 뭐 개월에 요 또제제 그 뒤전에 전바도 시지 마녀 바시네 아니 간르랭 것도 또제시 그래서 되는 거예요.
So this verse really summarize the how we should put into practice all the things that are mentioned above, various things that are mentioned above, and in here it says that it's very important whatever the practice that we are doing, and also whatever kind of types of actions that we are engaging, whether we are walking or just sitting or lying or standing, whatever the action is. So what he's saying here is again the we must be always the examine and observe our inner continuum and our mind streams, and always knowing what type of mind, state of mind that one has within oneself.
다니가 temba도 세제 많이 비티네. 니 예배지가 somba 추도 좀보 추도 예배지 somba som보도 되면거네. 아니 다 예대지 들어와이나. 아니 예대지 녀설에 예대 드니 좀거네 들어와이나. 대니 자세 쇼주 समा나지 엄청 녀래 쓰지레스 녀래 동시.
So as he says, when he says with constant mindfulness and mental alertness accomplish others good. So here which referred to the bodhisattva's deeds of benefiting others, and so even in that deeds to be, in order for all those deeds to be very effective, then the bodhisattvas always maintained or they retained the force of mindfulness and alertness. So that's when you have that, then when you maintain these two, mindfulness and alertness, then their deeds become very effective or very fruitful.
제타야 뭐가지가 다 소소 예배셰 그거나 다 임발라 수파체는 노메 아니 다 치라 수피가 드니가 시 그거나 드니 우시에 맞다 드니가 니 타도 니파나도 메나야 아니 또도 니다 예배셰 좀비가 니 som바테 로지티 예데와이나 아니 텔라 대지니 쇼주지 살라 수피가 니 예데레스네 드니시근데스 쇼지세도 타마시다.
So talking about engaging in the deeds of benefiting others, and now the way we benefit others is like engaging in such as the bodhisattvas deeds of sixth perfection, like giving and so forth, and now we have to understand that there is a way to engage in the deeds of benefiting others, even if we materialists, we do not possess anything to give to others. We can still mentally engage in the practice of giving, mentally think of giving to others. And it is saying that, so even if we have no actual capacities to, whether mentally or physically, to benefit others, but still it's saying that it is almost like equivalent of having generated bodhicittas. If we in heart, within us, if we generate a very positive thought towards others, like such as thought of benefiting others, even if we cultivate that thought, or like thinking, wish you could I could benefit others. If such thought comes, if that thought is genuine, it comes from one heart, and it's saying it is still very worthwhile.
배낭아 저 임배 파셔서 그러 임배 파실라서 뭐 다시 봐 용한테 소속 선배 아니 네 동이 sem바데 군에 군은 배웠대네 아니 다시 와 소리마도 소소가 다 소질라 소바 임바톤에 뭐게 그 이어서 아니 드리가 파주와라 이어서면서 갔다고 말했어와 소소가 다 동세대 네 군은 배워날 띄고 그래서
so like the in order to achieve the perfection of giving, we don't have to be able to fulfill all the needs, the material needs of all the sentient being, all the being in the world, and so rather this is how we reach to that state of the perfection of giving is through training our mind with the thought of giving, and it is about the perfection is about the developing that, and perfecting that thought of giving to the state where it become the complete, it become perfect. So is the meaning of the achieving the perfection of givings.
제가 현주 센터는 리스 연구소와 예펜레란 담매중 대이 somba dot 샤스 공라 somba 대나 되는 때라 대지 슈스네 되는 수준데 스타트 된도 된가 되라.
So there's one the verse in the there's a text called the commentary to bodhicitta, body mind. So where it's saying that the even although one may lack the ability to benefit others, but one should still hold the thought of giving, so the thought of benefiting others, all the time, and because once when you have this thought of benefiting others, then this will eventually then this would result one in actually then engaging in the deeds of the benefiting others.
제장은 다 뒤울러네 지제 가르는세나 개와 주주도 뭐 되는데스.
Okay, so now move to the next verse. Which is about dedicating virtues to complete enlightenment.
니치 거라 가르세나 대타 쩨비 드비 대타 쩨비 드비 개와노 타엔로에 둥가 사시셔 코스 노바토 비시라지 숀주 호 자세론레 이스네 시존디스.
So that's the verse 37, which read, to remove the suffering of limitless beings, understanding the purity of the three spheres, dedicate the virtue from making such effort to enlightenment. This is the practice of bodhisattvas.
다드네 된도 가르세네스나 야세 무치 투메 좀비가 아니 그런 쩨바 첨부이시네 다디 다데치 좀바와 딩엘 좀바다 아니 드네 냐스노와데 디 개와 던제되니 아니 단 타이비니 세제 도지 등가 사비시다 아니 다 드니 타이비 세제 도지 디고 안디르니 코스 덴바마메 메비 거네 네다 주비슌 지그 제랑호기 세드니 숨고야레스.
So in here, so we understand that that is the bodhisattvas, Tongme, who is the author of this text. So how he dedicate all the virtues that he created, he accumulated, by composing this writing, as well as the the practicings, engage in the practice of all that is, we've mentioned here. So all this, towards he dedicated towards to liberating the the infinite sentient beings, limitless sentient being, from the sufferings, suffering existence, and dedicating, and along with these dedication, then also the have the knowledge or have the understanding of how all the things are deprived, are lacking the true existence.
제장아 다 시동이 개와 카레나 줄라니 소소 개와 제츠살라 줄 호와소지 때 백개치 모인서 레서와 아니 다 호와소도 때라 코스 뎀바 마미피 고는 다 레톰보나 지가 돈이라 소팔라 소노토 마타나요 아니 다 해지 수제노지 다 아니 마오페 수제다 다 수제노지 아니 치타 호와 대제더니 아니 뇽 호거이 손베가 그네로네 니 호와시 피샤와이나 아니 디가 아니 호와 고치가 생수도 했어와.
So in here, in this verse, so there's a bit of the mention of the importance of conjoining the wisdom of understanding the lack of true existence of here it says of the three circle, of the three spheres. So essentially, all the objects. And so it's so important. So however, as a beginners, or if you are one of those who don't have any understanding or lacking the understanding of emptiness, and then if you even don't know how to really properly dedicate, then it is said that the good way to dedicate is just to think of that. Just to say to oneself, from the bottom of one's heart, that just as all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas in the past and in the present and the future, the way they dedicate their virtue, their merit, so may I too dedicate in the same way. And so it's simply, if you think in that way, dedicating your merit in that way, so it is said that it will be very powerful, and your dedication then become complete.
kasi susu gewa shepate zupe suje gel hoina ani jansi nola ani chitipa ji jatune janso maze pada temze wa tenaji ga sosi ga tini getsa te suje mata ji ko patana ni ndewala ngoshi atni 다 컨트롤할 수 없는 뭐잖아. 아니 이제 올 노시에 어떤 일이 있어서.
So the benefit of the dedicating our merit, for towards the complete enlightenment, is that then the until we achieve the complete enlightenment, then we would have the fortune to make the use of this our virtues and merit, and so in another word, so our virtue that we accumulate, so won't get extinguished until we achieve the complete enlightenment.
원하니 자세 롤레 소더만데 포파 ngati tume zumbi ga jase ngati tume zumbi ga 가르 대한 종기 있으나 아니 지제다 지디 우마지디 땡 됐어와
No.
지제디 땡 됐은 도제 대지노래 순비대 자세 도모노지 순기 지에스노네 네 자세 노지로래 선지디 자세 노라 론데 땡다 게스 가르 땡다 게가 있으나 다 지제디 순고요 그래서와
So now the next verse, so this not so much. After the 37, verse 37. So now it shows the author of this, writing shows the purpose. For whose purpose, so this text was composed.
제장아 네 딱히 간데 네 가르게 되는 종이세나 시단에니 템바존인데 그 수면 도지체 네 디고로니 밴드달라 수비가 네 수비가 대지체 드네 그 수비가 된다 네 다 그러고 다 돈바고마 네 기회신이라 수비가 수용의 예선로네 네 되게 쇼주 셈베가 놀래대 네 선지 자딘을 비 두두존에 대지스 대제와대 아니 쇼주 셈베 론데 얘기가 저거 된다 아니 대체도 되게 있어.
So to read this next verse, which read, "For all who want to train on the Bodhisattva's path, I have written the 37 practices of Bodhisattvas, following what has been said by the excellent ones on the meaning of the sutras, tantras, and treatises." So this one. So here on the meaning of la sikhazu sikshi lenshidwe sikhazu
doje techi no le sunbi des
la
tamba no chi sungi jinro ne
la
jase no chi lo le sanji di jase no la londe tent kes
no.
temato.
Yeah, so just that 4 lines. So here it clearly shows this. This is written for the sake of those who are keen to engage in the Bodhisattva's path or the Bodhisattva's practices, and so that is the main the target of this of this text, of these compositions, and then also describe what this composition text contained. So that is it contains the meaning which is based on the content of the sutras and all the treatises, or on the sutras, as well as all the instructions that the author has received from his own the lineage gurus also.
아니 다 디고라 아니 코라고 대다 아니 다 자세가 로래 숨바데니 처매이바 노메와 아니 드리고 대비치들에 뉴스로와.
And then what follows after this is to demonstrate that the authenticity of this the content of this text.
대 로티 메시 용바 춘위셔 케파지피 대조 마치중 너도 돈베순라 템비셔 자질세 로레 처매 lepa somsiti.
So presenting, demonstrating, or that this what contains here is unmistaken the practices, instructional practices for practice. Yeah. So it says here, though not poetically pleasing to scholars, owing to my poor intelligence and lack of learning, I have relied on the sutras and the words of the excellent. So I think these bodhisattvas' practices are without error.
디 가르치고 어서는 다 시단에 네 자생같이 도면서 뭐 코너 아니 다 로지 멤버다 아니 개방 거위거니 치 대조라서 봐 시라 요 말이대 이나야 긴디는 셰비 된도데 아니 너도 아니 다 그러고 기비신이라서 봐 돈베가 수나 댄사와 때네 셰와 인자니 아니 노면주 인식을 단 처음에 자세로는 처음에 인스 주지세만오지 논len 처음에
So, so in this verse, so the author, on the one hand, the author is showing his humbleness, that expresses humbleness by saying that he lacked this, or he may lack the enough intelligence and lack the skill of writing beautifully or eloquently, and however on the other hand he is saying that he is showing his confidence that what is mentioned here is exactly which really the accord with all the what is mentioned in the sutras and the treatises, and so therefore the author is saying that there is the content of this text are the unmistaken the expresses the practices, the true practice of bodhisattvas, without error.
다티골들니 퀸시시 제와소와 생이들라 예주 자세 시와라 체노 로메 돈디 티포카비셔 가토 만델라소 녜페츠 도마노치 제완제트 소스 지데레시.
And then the next verse, which says, however, as the great deeds of bodhisattvas are hard to fathom for one of my poor intelligence, I beg the excellence to forgive all faults, such as contradiction and non-sequiturs. Is it? Okay, so in short, so this verse 2 expresses the author's, humbleness, and also the requesting for the forgiveness for any mistake that you find in terms of his if you find anything which is contradictory or which is out of context and so forth.
다 간다니 다 지체 가마데 가르sun 거스는 게다 자세가 로렌 처메지 자세가 도메 좀 그런 거 아니 다 로레 소던디 노라니 쇼주 셈베가 다 로렌라 수파 처메 시에 소 예장 니 이나요 니 자세 시와라 수파 아니 농카노지가 니 자체오다 잔조노지가 띠사바 든지 그 송사 아니 긴드네 티잔주 때라 아니 야 하셔근 가와나 떨어도 아니 치 하셔근이 만제와나 든지다 데데 예와레 아니 데예와달라 네 든두나 아니 도만노라 아니 다 제와 지루지 군로 맞아가지 제와 지루지.
So here, when when the author says here, however, as the great deeds of bodhisattvas are hard to fathom for one of my poor intelligence. So they here takes implying that clearly saying that how when we talk about the bodhisattva's deeds, then we are talking about something which is like as expansive as the sky, and as deep as something like a oceans, and it's so profound that, and so therefore, the authors that this is because of such a, the profundities such that this is not not possible for my intelligence, my level of my intelligence to be to understand, to fathom to all these bodhisattvas, these extensive and profound deeds, and so therefore the author is trying to say, express that there might be room for any finding some sort of content, what I said here, in this text, what I said earlier and what I said later might have some contradictory, or there might be, you might find some the disconnections in the kind of the words that I choose above and the below. There's some disconnections, and so if that is the case, then he is saying that I ask for your forgiveness. This khasa di gonjot khasa sam
zombie gewa koro de tv wa de zombie ko ne gewa de zubi shonju
lost. And then the next there's a couple of lines verse which also shows the dedication, of this, dedicating the composition to the virtue from this composition towards the complete enlightenment, which it says through the virtue from these may all living beings gain the ultimate and conventional altruistic intentions.
다 딩엘다 그런 니노를 티샹조 다 로레 자세 로레 손도 마치 티샹조 같으니 텔레슈미 그 게와 티가 아니 로아까 절라 대통바 돈이도 비셔라다 그주 쇼지 세 절라 시네 아니 대통미 돈이도 비세데가 쓴다다 아니 쇼지 세데가 시위근 탈라 응고바시네니 처마니 다 시레징거도 로에가 대셔발라
and then gain the ultimate and conventional altruistic intention, and thereby becomes like the protector Generation 6, which is our Lokistivara, who dwell in neither extreme nor in the world, who dwell in neither extreme, not in the world nor in peace. So these two extremes, freedom from these two extremes, which relates to the the line which says the gain the ultimate and conventional altruistic intention. That is the bodhicitta, ultimate bodhicitta, and the conventional bodhicitta. So ultimate bodhicitta is referring to the wisdom's realizing emptiness, and so with that, having that, gaining that wisdom is the way to free oneself from the extreme of of samsara, or of the, here it says, extreme of the world, worldly existence, and then the gaining the conventional bodhicittas, so which is the way of freeing from the extreme of it says extreme of peace, which is an extreme of like nirvanas, and so the true extreme of samsara and nirvanas, and that is one who the example of someone who is free from these two extremes, and who possesses these both the ultimate and conventional bodhicitta is the protector generese, who is the Avalokiteshvara, and so therefore in here the author dedicate all the virtues that he has he may have accumulated here for all the sentient being to achieve the state of Avalokiteshvara.
다 셰반데요네 단데니가 대치대요 네 로제 탄제라네 뱀바샤이시들 윤도리 범마이 쯤바투메지 무치르비 붙은 야와고스 세준도가 다테 인지군도에 다테 된다 가르레스나니 자생거지 도메가 네 로제 참말 뱀비기셨다 네 사자 다니 응치프 있었다라 아니 다 네티와 예스거다.
So this then there's a at the end, so it's a bit like a colophon, so which says, this was written for his own and others' benefit by the monk Togmes, an exponent of scripture and reasoning, in a cave in Muchu regions. So in the colophon, so it clearly shows the who wrote this and where this text is written or composed, so which is as says here in the cave in Muchu regions.
Na ta tin je nga zo jase nga chi tumen je pita jase lole sodama de ni tan do di zo ji ni ju ta wa re sro tan dine wone lo ni ta jime ga za la pa ni po te ne ni ta nga zo 친구 티셔트니 키죠니스 와 대자 드네라 고소네니야 기가 다깔로 원우지가 라라 난일로 마티 된 거주기스 라브디로와 요람 일로 마티 요람 마티 so with this so we complete the short commentary to this 37 practices of Bodhisattvas by Bodhisattva Tongme. And now the next week, next Wednesday, so which happens to be the very auspicious day of the Buddha's turning the wheel of Dharma, and so therefore as you probably might have already have heard, that I'm going to begin the teaching on this Lamrim text, the text on the graduated path to enlightenment called the swift path. So we'll commence the teaching on that. 아니 단데노 모보 냐모 모보니 다 로르 차 모보도노 센상했더니 예지리서와 이나다다 가서티 유규 가서네 마 시디살라니 덴제레레레 마 시사디살 데치 티노 토파나트리소 아니 칼레칼라 가서 무 디초야더니 용거레서와 아니 파치 돌리나 조데 니다 덴제레레 차차살라 파치 가 데치 돌리나서 더니 그 변도 있을 정도 있으니 So with that, the teaching on the Lamrim text, the swift path. So my the hope or the intention is to go over the text like a section by sections, and then I thought at the end of each section, then to give a bit of a review on the section, and then to raise some, give us some sort of opportunity for people to raise, questions, and so of course at the moment, with the COVID restrictions, so it's making a little bit difficult to have such interactions of question and answering. So, but however, when the
all the restrictions are lifted, then we would have that. So after the end of each sections, then maybe we could have a get together and just to have some focus on that particular section, and then have a questioning and answering.
nge tewa ina ta nino gitu mumbo sikirwa ta ni mumbo sikir ni lor tsa mumbo nye sari ni ji nge tano mumbo yore sarwa tani pachi tetsi che na tetsi ani ya na tani tongo te sara.
So as I know that many of students here in Tara House so have heard of these on this Lamrim teaching for a long period of time and number of times. So therefore, many of you already been kind of familiar with the various these topics, Lamrim topics, and so therefore it's still if we have a discussion, so it can be very useful tools so that people you can understand, learn from each others.
지랑서 몸보지 야보 신이 있자 아니 파지 돈이서는 나라라 펜도 유에스라 지랑서라 뜻 펜도 유세와레스.
Yes, and also surely from your past knowledge and experience on the subjects, I'm surely there may be something that I can learn from you as well. Long. Yeah. So which should be also something that I look forward.
Yeah. Tani nga tsote ta ndi inche ga jaselon le sodo ma tsore ni tinsa tini ga ta chinye shepi ga gewe tsawa te ani ta tri ta kusa chu ka chu ko inza ani ko kutsi yende tempi ani ta nga tso wa te che shawar sara.
So for our final dedications, prayers for this, after having completed this teaching on this 37 practices of Bodhisattvas, so we would, since it was just yesterday, we just celebrated His Holiness Dalai Lama's birth, 86th birthday. So we all, no doubt, wanted to live him for many more years. And so therefore let's dedicate all our virtues and merits that we have accumulated towards the long life of His Holiness Dalai Lamas.
Korave kobe shinga pento dewa malin jiwe shirye zewa tenze janzo shabe sunde pato tenjo shunju senjo rumbo je ma je pano sheje shewa nyomba me pai kone kando bewa sho. Oh yeah.